Namaste, angels. Thank you for joining, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. This is the bi-weekly reading for the sign of Sagittarius for the period of today, this November 5th through Sunday, November 17th. I'm going to start with work because everybody's been having some kind of weird issue or something going on with work, and I'm just going to start there. So, because I think it's going to take me into the other cards. So the card that's representing your work for the next 2 weeks is the Two of Swords. It could very well mean that you are waiting a decision from somebody else, like you don't have control over when you get the information. You could be awaiting news of a raise, bonus, transfer, permission to go on vacation, perhaps, maybe somewhere sunny. You want to take time off, but it's the holidays and so many people are wanting to take time off at the same time. So you have to wait for somebody else to let you know. It's best to try to stay as patient and as possible, and not to like push about this, and let the information come to you. I think if you do that, again, it's going to be good news because you do have Major Arcana card 19, the sun surrounding you, right? The energy that is surrounding you could be your own energy. In fact, Major Arcana card, the sun, represents the sign of Sagittarius in the tarot. So it could definitely be your own energy. It could be co-workers or people at work, energy at work, close friends, family. I think that for some, it does also have to do with family. Maybe somebody that has had surgery recently or will have surgery over the next 2 weeks. Or perhaps something requiring some sort of radiation. I picked up the Seven of Swords with the surgery because of the knives is what's making me think that. But somebody also may need to have radiation. There was another sign. Oh, you know what? It was a fire sign too. It was Aries, that they had the sun in reverse, I believe. And I saw and felt for them that somebody may be dealing with cancer or something. And a couple of the people on the Aries thread that did comment, said that they had family members that were dealing with cancer and stuff. So maybe there is a connection. Maybe somebody has like double fire and it's Aries and Sagittarius, and that's why the sun is coming up again. And this issue of potential cancer or something else requiring like radiation or chemo, or you need an MRI, you need a sonogram, an X-ray or something like that coming up. But again, I believe the outcome is good. And I think the outcome with whatever it is you're waiting for at work is good too. Maybe you're waiting to hear like if you got the job or something. Like, don't pressure the people. Don't keep calling them and asking them about the position, if you got it or not, or showing up there or anything like that. Just give them an opportunity to contact you. It's okay to send, like those follow-up letters and things once you send out your resume and stuff, so that the people, especially for a job where there's been a lot of applications, so that they keep your name at the forefront of their mind and they don't forget you and stuff, but don't turn into like a pain in the ass. With the Seven of Swords, you could be feeling like nervous about it. Seven of Swords is the card that's most representing you over the period of the next 2 weeks. It can be about risk. Sometimes needing to take a risk, so maybe like throwing caution to the wind. And again, yes, like applying for a job or going for a raise, a promotion or something that you otherwise may not have attempted to get, which is good. Like to see you taking risks. Can have other meanings though, like it could have to do with other people. I'm thinking that now, seeing the Magician in reverse that's crossing it. There could be somebody who you are distrusting, or they are distrusting you, or you're having some sort of, problems or dissatisfaction in relationships or in love. And when this card is showing up, if you're in a committed relationship, then you do want to like think about first, like why it is you're dissatisfied, and then talk to your partner about it. Sometimes we can feel angry, we can feel mad, and we don't really know why. And if we act on it then it's like too late, because we can't put words back in our mouth, and we like take out our feelings, something we're dealing with that we're not even realizing. We take it out on somebody else. You could even be having some sort of something funky going on with yourself, maybe because of Mercury retrograde. I don't know how you're being affected by this one, but you know how like you can just come out and start a conversation with somebody on the wrong foot, or in the wrong way, because you're feeling a certain way. And so you like project your feelings onto the other person and whatever. So if you're really feeling that there's dissatisfaction, that there's conflict, again, consider first what it is exactly you're feeling and what you want to say and your role in, whatever the difficulty is, and then sit down and have a conversation like in a mature way, and maybe you can think together or hash out together if there's anything that you guys could be doing differently. Sometimes couples will have, like couples, let's say with children or whatever, you'll have a situation going on, and it's because we haven't talked about the fact that I need you to also like help me. Sometimes you got to take the dogs for a walk. I can't take them every day. Sometimes I need, I'll be the one to take the kids to school or daycare or whatever. But sometimes I need you to fill in or get dinner started at least while I'm doing that, so that, when I come back, it's already done and I can take a nap or whatever, whatever. We got to have these conversations, but we can't just expect people to understand what's going on in our heads and read our minds and things. To go back to the work, the Seven of Swords also can mean that your employer is like keeping a close eye on you. And again, if you've applied for something, again, if you're up for a raise, a promotion, a transfer or something, that's good reason for them to have an eye on you. It's not the time for you to slack off. It's not the time for you to try to be slick and get away with not doing something that you're supposed to be doing. To take like some sort of easy way out or something. Anything that you try to like get away with the Seven of Swords in reverse, you're going to get caught. You're going to get busted. So, if you're doing something that's not right at the job, or if you're deciding whether or not you should not. You're going to get caught. You're going to get busted. Even with the sun here. That sun's going to mean something else. Or maybe the sun's showing up because you're being warned instead before you take that kind of action. I don't know, but don't do it. It basically shows up to say, that old saying, crime doesn't pay. And if you're not the one who's tempted to take some sort of shortcut or try to be slick or, cheat somebody out of something or whatever, first of all, again, if that is you, think twice. You're going to get busted. If it's not you, maybe you're feeling that someone else is going to cheat you, or you've learned that somebody else is cheating you, and maybe it's in love with this Magician in reverse. Maybe that's what's leading to dissatisfaction in love potentially. You have to call them on the carpet. The same way you're going to get called on the carpet if you're the one that's trying to pull something off that's not right. You're going to have to call that person on the carpet too and let them know that you're on to them and you're not going to, tolerate it. But still, think through what it is you're angry about, what it is you're going to want to talk about. I just feel like it's very important to have effective communication in this time with whatever else is happening here. Now, again, on a more positive note, you have the sun in the position that's surrounding you. So it can be your energy, which, again, in the tarot, it is your direct energy. The sun represents the sign of Sagittarius. It might be that of another fire sign. I'll say Leo first, because you guys also have an overall energy of the Queen of Wands in reverse. So this too can be your energy, but also that of Leo or Aries. The sun in the sky, Earth's star, the sun rules the sign of Leo. So that's why I put it in that order. Yours, then Leo, then Aries. But surprisingly, the sun, as it relates to relationships, I'm going to say especially sitting here atop the Magician, can mean that you both could use some space right now. Like you're both interested in having some space right now, maybe more so than usual. And that doesn't mean you want to break up. It could just be something like a Mercury retrograde. I'm not going to blame everything on Mercury retrograde, but I'm trying just to give you the idea of what it is I'm trying to explain. Like those periods where you don't understand, you don't know why you feel the way you do. You just do, and you just need some space. You don't hate the person, though. You don't want to break up, but you got to fall back a little. You got to be to yourself for a while. You got to go under. And maybe some of you guys have some of that residual Scorpio energy too. Some of you could even be cuspians. They really got to go under when they comes a time they need to be by themselves, and they're just going to take the time. If you can't talk to them about it, they're just going to take the time quietly, and they're not going to talk to you about it, and you're not going to know what's going on. So it's better to approach it, from this standpoint. I think, if you can at all help it, it can mean you want to break. It's definitely not a good time to be like, OD, clingy, or needy or whiny and acting up, like out of pocket, like unnecessarily. That's not going to go over well. If you're single and you're looking for love, on the other hand, some could be like on the horizon, on the sunset, like, just off in the distance, here comes Prince Charming. And, those of you who watch my videos with any kind of regularity, not just these astrological ones, but in general, you know how I feel about the Knight of Wands, that he is definitely Prince Charming. So you have the makings, you have the energy for those kind of love affairs, those fiery love affairs, even if it's just your own energy that's being, that's heating things up. You guys are can make for a really, really fun time, for sure. I know that firsthand. Also, going back to the work more positively, if this decision that you're awaiting having to do with work is you waiting to hear again from a job that you applied for or something, or you're trying to get a new job, or you're trying to get a promotion, this sun, as it relates to work, says that like something also, again, is like just on the horizon, just right, it's right there in the sunset, or just off in the distance, just off in the sunset, or like right around the corner. Here comes this new opportunity for you. Definitely, again, keep yourself in check, keep yourself in control while you're and patient while you're waiting for this answer, and I think you'll be happy with the news that you receive and the outcome. What do I want to jump to now? I talked about work. I didn't talk about finance. The Two of Swords can mean that you need balance. Twos can be about balance in general, balance, relationships, duality, and faith, the need to have faith. So again, if you're awaiting something, believe in that, hold the intention in a positive way that it's actually going to come through. That's what faith is. But yeah, you can need balance. Maybe you may need to literally balance your checkbook, perhaps. So just make sure that you know where things are, in terms of your money. You know what your bank balance is, what stuff is. Don't be afraid to like open your bills. Sometimes I joke about like that the Two of Swords makes me feel like if I don't open my bills, I won't have to pay them. But it's not true. You're gonna have to open your bills and look at them and just know how much they are. Even if you choose not to pay them, or you decide not to pay them, or whatever it is, you know what they are. You know what you're dealing with. You know what you're working with. This is only a 2-week period. It's not the rest of your life. But let's be on top of things. You might have to literally balance your books, and if you don't know how to do it, then you may need to, enlist a friend or partner or a relative or something who can help you. And again, I think everything ultimately will be fine, but you just got to get on the right page with your money. That's all. And does that bring us to love and romance? I think it does. And speaking of faith, that's exactly what the Magician in reverse, the position of love and relationship can mean. It can mean that you're like losing faith in your ability to have a healthy, longevity relationship. No, that's not how you say it right. A healthy and a relationship that has longevity, a long, happy relationship. If you're single, you may be losing faith in your ability to find or even attract, somebody that's going to be positive and good for you. And you just gotta get rid of that, because the Magician is all about manifestation. He's a 1 and this is a 2 here. So with the 1 is the idea, the thoughts and stuff that we put out into the universe, the thoughts, the word. If you're putting out thoughts and words about yourself that are negative, that's hurtful self-talk, then that is going to cause you to manifest negativity. The same way we can manifest good things and positivity, we can manifest shit too. We can manifest crap into our own lives. So if there's any negative self-talk going on with you, Sagittarius, Please stop it. I have a Sagittarius of my daughter. My oldest daughter is a Sagittarius. She'll actually be 24 this time. And I'm so proud of her because she does this thing. And she didn't always, so we all go through these kind of things. But she does this thing like she literally will catch herself if there's like negative thoughts, self-thoughts or self-talk. And remind herself that how much more wonderful she is than sometimes she treats herself, and it's like, I would never, she said to me one day that what helped her is that she realized, I forgot what she said she was doing at the time, but she realized in whatever it was she was doing that she decided she didn't like, that she would never do that to a friend. So it's like, why am I treating myself like this? I would never treat somebody else like this. I would never use these words about somebody else or towards somebody else. So why would I do it to me? And when she had that revelation, it was like an epiphany. And, she just she like completely turned a corner and now is able to catch herself if she ever does have, any of those kind of things, those thoughts or words to say about herself. So yeah, I would definitely, recommend that to other people. Throw it out there. How are you treating your friends? How do you treat your friends? Are you treating them better than your family maybe? Are you treating them better than you treat yourself? If so, why? And let's start there. Like figuring that out can lead to healing all these other areas that we're talking about here. So again, contrary to how it may feel, those of you who are looking for love, something is coming for you. Just keep your thoughts positive. Those of you who are, we're looking for work or waiting work, something is there for you if you keep your thoughts positive. This distrust here, there could be somebody around. I think that if you're feeling that somebody is cheating you or whatever, again, don't pop off unless you feel pretty sure. Or you are sure, you're certain. And then if you are certain somebody's been cheating on me or has cheated me out of something, has robbed me, then you are going to, again, call them out for it. Further to that, your overall energy from the, oh wow, this is funny, from your fortune teller cards is unity. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. And I love that word radiate because it reminds me of the sun again. So like I just said, there is somebody out there for you, for those of you who are looking, and those of you who are in relationships, again, that you're just feeling out of sorts in them. We discuss what to do in those too. And I wish you all the best. But this radiate, I think, again, you're projecting out positive energy. That's what you're going to get back. So don't give up on love just yet. And it's interesting that you have this card here behind unity because a couple of other signs had it. I know Cancer had this as their overall card. Patience, slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. That's perfect. That resonates perfectly with what I was just saying about the self-talk and stuff. Like change your attitude about yourself and your future. And get into the present and get into the positive, and everything's going to be fine. But yeah, some other signs, I wish I could recall which ones they were, because you may have a connection to them, or somebody of one of those other signs could be particularly significant. Definitely watch your own rising and moon signs to get a fuller picture. And if you do know the sign of the person in whom you're interested or with whom you're dealing, then watch theirs too for a fuller picture in terms of relationship. And those of you who identify as like, particularly strong soulmate relationships or twin flame relationships, to be, you identify as divine beings, you might want to also check out the weekly love reading that I did, weekly general reading that I did, and even the moon reading that I did, because there's a lot of information specific to people on a spiritual journey in those readings. I'm just picking up that may be through what some of you are going, and that may be why there's all kinds of, this is like all kinds of emotions every which way for you here appears to be happening. Also, the cards are suggesting meditation, because that's going to help you to also hold a positive, focused intention as well, right? You're going to meditate on something and draw it toward you. Or just to find peace, zen, quiet in that moment when you feel like you need a break, you need space from your partner. Take it and do some meditation maybe, or yoga, or whatever you feel you might be into. And meditation doesn't have to mean that you're sitting somewhere in a prayer pose, or Indian style, like this. You could be jogging. You could be, walking in the park. You could be listening to your favorite genre of music. There's all kinds of ways to, take a moment to yourself and like tune out everything else, around you. Also up right behind that is miracles. So this is guiding you again to maintain your faith. Miracles come when we believe, when we think positive. And to the masculine, people who resonate with the masculine archetype watching this video, further advice to you is the mystic. This is like a combination star and high priestess card for me. Definitely about paying attention to your intuition, following any divine guidance that you receive, maybe through meditation. Sometimes messages come in when we meditate. Definitely follow any feelings. What does your heart say? What does your gut say? What kind of intuitive messages are you getting? Have you seen any signs or synchronicities? And if you have, take note of those things. And sometimes if we decide also what our next steps are, you may want to keep it quiet until you're actually making that next step. Because sometimes talking too much about what it is we're doing, there are people who are not happy for us. Even sometimes people that we would expect would be happy for us, or we expect should be happy for us, even they are not. So sometimes it's better to keep certain things to yourself until after they are in motion, like maybe the job that you're waiting for, or promotion or whatever, the relationship you're hoping for, you're praying for, you're trying to salvage or save or whatever it is. Keep that a little bit, close to the cuff, or only share with people you genuinely feel you can trust. Any level of distrust between you and a person, don't expose them to your next moves. Oh, I put this here. For the feminine, healing sound. So it's another need for meditation. There could be some water signs involved. With some of you, or Aquarius. This mystic, she gives me water and air feels, and particularly Aquarius with the star over her third eye chakra. But the Two of Swords in the Rider-Waite also sometimes makes me think about air and water coming together, because there's so much water behind this woman in the picture. And then there's a moon, and the moon in the tarot represents the sign of Pisces, and Earth's moon in the sky rules the sign of Cancer. So that comes in. And then you got this healing sounds, and there's all this water in this too. And like another moon behind her as well. But healing sounds can be about like guided meditation, your favorite genre of music again. Binaural tones are something that I like, to find peace and stuff. And I find that they help me with manifestation when I'm feeling blocked in any kind of way also. And then there's healing sounds that are a little bit more personal. And that those are the ones like, I'm sorry. I forgive you. I accept your apology. I love you. I don't blame you. I don't blame me. I release myself from this energy. I'm letting this go. Like all of those are healing sounds. I'm sure you can come up with some of your own feminine too. From the Fortune Teller's deck to the masculine world, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. The universe wants to take you out of something that you've been, a situation, a circumstance, a relationship, living condition, whatever. It wants to take you out of that because you've been in it too long, and to bring you into one that you resonate with better at your current dimensional reality, your current vibration. And it's something that you probably should have done a long time ago on your own, but since you didn't, the universe is helping you. And they're going to ease you out. And now that you feel you're being eased out, now you might want to hurry. Like, okay, yeah, I know I stayed at this job too long, but now I want a new job right now, right now, right now. No, now that the universe is easing you out, patience is required. But it's coming. Again, it's like right around the bend. The love, the job, all of that, right around the bend. And lastly, for the feminine, wow, this is interesting. After I did all that talking about, self-talk and stuff, that's what judgment is about. Soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. So maybe it's the feminine who most needed to hear that little mini rant I went on in the middle of your reading. But judgment is about not being too, judgmental, first and foremost, against anyone else, and certainly not against yourself either. In addition to that, it's about abundance that is earned, the way that I read the card. So abundance on its way to you in any and all areas of your life. This can be financial, material, related to love, anything. And it's often something like a raise, a promotion, a bonus. So that's good news for you too. Those of you who are, again, are looking for that, or whether you're looking for it or not. It could be Christmas bonuses, whether expected or unexpected. And again, that you're being watched by your job because they're watching you because they want to, give you this. But they're not going to give it to anybody that's slacking off or whatever. Also, as it relates to relationships, Major Arcana card Judgment, which I feel coming from that card, can be about coming to a crossroad and needing to decide, like, where do we go from here, if anywhere, in relationships. And then sometimes we're going to decide, yeah, I am feeling disconnected. Are you feeling disconnected too? Okay, maybe we should just be friends. And we can end amicably. That could be why the sun is there too. We shake hands, we're both happy, we go off into the sunset, as they say. Or we can decide, this has been silly the way I've been feeling. I should have just spoken to you earlier and we could have hashed this out. I didn't know that you felt that way and you didn't know I felt this way. Okay, now we know. Everything's good. Let's be together forever. And maybe you're meant to go off into the sunset that way. But it's all going to be up to you and in large part determined by your thoughts and, basically your perspective. That's it. Love is the only thing that's real. I hope that you guys have enjoyed your reading. I will be back for you with another one on the 18th. Thanks again for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, all of those things. I do appreciate it. If you like a private reading from me, energy healing, or anything else that I offer, any of the cool merchandise on my Teespring page, on my Society 6 page, I will have all of that information in the description box for you. And again, be sure to watch your rising and moon sign as well as your mate's sign to get a more full picture. Namaste.